late good afternoon or early good evening, depending on what time zone you're in. This is Fari Hemsey coming to you from lovely downtown Cape Naples. Please don't Google it. You can't find me. I'm somewhere in Naples. Uh, yeah. Oh, exactly. So, exactly. Bravo. Dennis and I go back a few years, and he's a veteran of both domestic wars and foreign wars. He knows how this game is played day in, day out. Anyhow, very, very quickly, welcome to our normal schedule of weekly on Wednesdays, 4:30 Eastern. Um, I know some of you guys are on the West Coast, a little bit inconvenience, but we'll always record everything. For your protection and mine, we record it. It goes to our YouTube channel. Best thing is to go there. Of course, it's my account going in, so it won't show. But if you go in and come to this location, which is YouTube/Hamza Analytics, you see a subscribe button. Best thing is to subscribe, so every time we post something, you really get it. It takes us about half an hour after the webinar here is done. Have the post processing done, and it goes there. Housekeeping stuff quickly. We did a special deal with Apex. We posted here for you. Apex is a funding organization. Uh, at the beginning, the cost say, hey, maybe what am I paying this? Hey, I've got folks who are doing 5, 10 accounts. It allows you to do a funny account, simulation. It doesn't run on TradeStation, but it runs on their platform, Rhythmic, on I think TD Ameritrade and so forth. And they'll fund your account. If you hit certain goals, and they've loosened them up a little bit. Competitive pressures. I'm sure you've heard of Top Step Trader and all that. There are a number of these firms. They basically make the money off of a statistical model. How many people are gonna get into trouble? Remember, 90% of people will lose 90% of their accounts in the first 90 days. It's a 90-90-90 rule. Everybody knows it in Chicago in the futures markets. Uh, but these guys at least get you go through it without giving up your own account, blowing it up. And if you're good, they fund you. Once they fund you, I think the split is 1090. Read it. There's a webinar on our website also. I mean, on YouTube, gets into more details. It's about a year ago. It says trader funding. You'll find it somewhere in here. I forgot. I don't know. It's one of these. Anyhow, about a year ago. Yeah, it's more than that. Where is it? Come on, Jack. Anyhow, huh? There we go. Next to Tico. Yeah, next to Tico with his Princeton jacket. Yeah, this is the one you want to watch. That now that discount you don't want to use. That's a 50% discount. This is summertime. Things are slow. They given everybody 80%, and this is the link for that. Okay, you go through that, you get 80% for the as long as you own the account. You can get multiples. Don't trade all of them. Lock it up, trade some. Okay, so that you can get the advantage. To help that, we're also offering a deep discount on our chart rooms because our chart rooms can help you very easily get through that period. Why? Because you have coaches here. We moderate for you. We got to follow some rules. Obviously, you can't be haphazard. But that combo is pretty good. We have a number of people doing that. So take a look at that. I think the offer is good end of July. So today we sent what we call a last call email out. So then we promise you we're not going to bother you. There's a few days more left. Either you're in or you're out. Once you set up though, you then take advantage of it going forward. That's one. Two, uh, version 4.93 of the Orbis out. Obviously, I haven't put it there. I will go and do that. 4.93. The problem we had on 10, I did some boo boos, and we halted it. And for about a week, we had to rework it, and we spent about 3 days to test it. So yesterday we ran it. Actually, it lost money, but it wasn't issue of the PNL. It was issue of is it triggering right? We had problems on the entries, time of entry, and also problems on how to capture the uh, the first profit. And those are it's a statistical game. You could be right for tomorrow, wrong the next day. That's not how you measure it. You measure it over a long period of time. But you have to take into account the recent volatility. And here's where we haven't been before, this regime down here. So things have changed a little bit in the market environment we're in. So we're trying to accommodate that. Seasonality wise, mid August to or even early September, it takes your time a little bit to catch what we're doing anyway. But starting in Labor Day, you're going to see some rock and roll time. We're not good at sideways action, but if it moves directionally, it's ours. We own it. And the seasonality wise, that's the period where September is very volatile. October eases up. You get some volatility in November, and then there may be a Santa Claus rally. So if you're interested, that's what 4.93 would do. And we have three packages: the basic, which is Chatroom, the one with the code itself, or without Chatroom, and the small code for the smaller accounts. So go to our website. You'll see what we have under products. Under other trading, you see the smaller one. There's a link here, right here. Okay. We've never put that in. I should try and get that in there as a drop-down menu. It's called micro NQs also, and it gives you 3 weeks of chat room as for transition early part. Okay, but it's a pretty good discount. Yeah. Or we have two system houses in Chicago that traded the Striker and Fox. For those right to us, that's auto trade. Well, you don't do anything. They trade for you, but we manage their setups. I mean, we like today. I was remotely into Fox's machine, make sure it's ready for tomorrow. They execute it. I manage the servers for them, and they execute in a native language in TradeStation. On the other side, the Striker is good for anywhere on the globe, wherever you are. They have a broker that will take the orders. They're IB, they're introducing broker. They don't hold the money. They're too small for that. They're not FCM, but they have something like 20 FCMs they work with. So if you have some outball country, somebody writes to us and says, I want to open an account, it goes to a Striker. So if you're interested, let us know. And we have had no issues with them. The Striker was a little bit, hard to work with at the beginning. Once our results showed up, they kind of shut up and they sat down and took notes. So I went very easy with them because I had no track record. Now the track record speaks for itself. Now the track record is kept by Marshall Freed. It's his money, not mine. It can't be my money. They won't allow that. It has to be third party. So the code is from Eche. Money is from Marshall. IV is Striker or Fox, depending. Now we're on Fox. Back then was a Striker. That was the only one we had. And Fox is native TradeStation language, so it's very clean. There's no delay. The delays are milliseconds, but still zero delay. And then he posts the results. I just make sure it's updated. That's all. And the link is we have the link around. We'll post it on Twitter and so forth. We've had some issues with the results. There's no question, but that's because the volatility regime has changed. So we've kind of made it more mature, more systematic to this. And we also made a rule that we're going to be doing it once a month. Once a month, we're going to do a small tweak so we stay current rather than not touch anything. Now, remember, our problem back in December, right about here, is that we had too many people in the system because of that 4 months, August to December, was way too many people came in because our results are posted. It's like a tsunami, and we just couldn't even process the paperwork at some cases. At some weekends, we were just so behind, but we're caught up. And what we did, we had to change the code slightly to accommodate so many orders because somebody could get the software and the front run us. Okay, so we made some changes, and they couldn't do that. We're not getting into the detail, but that was laborious work. I actually had to bring another expert in from TradeStation to help me do that. But it's done. The code has not changed since March. The code itself. The variables, we had a little change in July, and a good one yesterday. By the way, yesterday was 777. July, which is 7, 25, which is 7, 2023, which is 7. My birth number is 7. That's my lucky number. So we geared it up for yesterday release, and it's out. If you want to do anything, I'll urge you here, and that's the last thing I want to say about it. Please, oh, it's not there yet. Hold on. This says 4-2. After this webinar tonight, I'll make that 4-3. You go here and read that, please, before you do anything. Or if you log in, you buy, you jump in. That's the first thing you should do. Print it out. Print out user guides. See, this if you open it up, you'll see. But you want to see the July 25th, okay? And this should show 106.01. I'm sorry, 107.01. It's a little departure, okay? And you see what we have changed here. It'll be added here. Very systematic. You'll see things do and don't. 99.99% of your questions are answered. Most of the questions I get is because I didn't read the user guide. So I make fun of them. Oh, of course. Of course. It's a Navy sailor. So, one trade a day. We don't do 2 trades anymore, at least for the summertime. We don't trade on Mondays, so only trades 3 days a week. Tuesday, Friday, Thursday, and Friday. Why? Statistically, that's how it's making money. And that was our problem. Our problems were Mondays. We eliminated that. There was, what else? And we were early. We were trading a little bit early. We slowed that down too. So we're just going to get better and better at it. That's all. Orb is a very, very solid concept. No, it's not ours. There are a lot of Orb programs out there. But I can't challenge you to go and find one that's done what we have done. So, all right. End of housekeeping. Anything else I need to say? Oh, it does have a user. It does have a Twitter. The Twitter is open now. This is the Twitter. This is a Twitter account. HAPDTS is open now. Hamzi Analytics proprietary day trading system is open. That means anybody can join it. This way you could be abreast of what we're doing. We never put trades there anyway, but we're basically putting it for like a fan club type of a deal. You could follow those who want to follow strictly on that. All right, let's get to this webinar here by going to Econ Calendar. As you know, we had FOMC today. But first, before we get there, let's talk about new home sales and mortgage apps. Okay. It came slightly below what was expected. And you could see what happened there. This was revised down quite a bit. That's 50,000 they revised down. And remember, these are surveys. So they were expecting 7027. Obviously, this will be revised, but that will be next month. That was new home sales. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired. It's been a very, very long 2 or 3 weeks. Plus, I was sick about a week in between. How did Case Shiller do? I'm sorry, I want to look at this. We talked about it Sunday. I did not see it yesterday. My apologies. Yeah, we were in the middle of testing 493 in the simulation mode. Okay. Okay. Give me the line. A little bit lower, a little bit higher. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. What the heck were these? These are just popped up. We have indices like we have ETFs now. Diamond doesn't. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to have big numbers. That's important. GDP and durable goods. I love durable goods because of my background in manufacturing, high tech stuff, whether it was aircraft or a little bit of PC work. Computer work. We had a tape drive business before. Yeah, my brother did. I was more of an administrative guy. Learned a lot about manufacturing, high tech stuff, but really the biggest stuff was at Northrop. 1.7, 1.8. Okay. These are the heavy stuff that we need long term. And they create good jobs and also maintenance too, not just making them, but also maintaining them. Got transportation 0.6, 0.7. Wow. Look at that range. Wow. Okay. gonna be interesting tomorrow at 8:30. Holy mackerel! See, I'm like, you're gonna be up that early? He's on the West Coast. I give him more time. Okay, GDP. Now, you see what happened to Morgan Stanley yesterday, right? Now, let's not get into politics of it. That's not the intent. But Morgan Stanley came and says we were wrong. It's not usual for Morgan Stanley to say they're wrong. Not that they won't admit. No. They're a white shoe firm, but they're usually right. Yeah, very few times Morgan Stanley has missed, but this one they were wrong. So, looks like the numbers are going to be stronger. I have been pounding the table saying, and that's the market tightening by the Fed is that jobs, and jobs. And it's with jobs that you pay mortgages. The jobs are this strong, and now we have positive real wages growth. That is, now the inflation has come down, it's flipping. You're getting better wages, inflation adjusted. Okay, so that is going to even fuel the economy faster. Now, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. What I care about is the numbers, and keep the politics out of it. And then also, we've talked about it last time too, or last few times. It's the third year of presidential cycle. If you're familiar with any market timing, you'd see that's one of their tricks in their toolkit. What happens in the third year? Why? Because they set this up for the economy to be really good, so that you feel good in your pocket when you come to vote. So that's next year, fourth year. But market is a discounting mechanism. Sees that a year in advance, 9 months in advance, 6 months in advance. It's between those two numbers, 6 and 9, so that the market moves in the third year. So everybody and his brother who's been market timing is taught early on. Third year of presidential cycle, and that's what we're in now. So none of this is surprise, and except the GDP. But listen, that they fooled even Morgan Stanley. So let's see what tomorrow we're going to bring in. Again, wide range. I'm thinking that it's going to be more around 2. Yeah, I think it's going to be more around 2. So we'll see. And then PCE, but what the Fed guys love to watch. I'm not an economist, please. I'm not that smart. Inventories. What else do we have? Okay. Now let's go to Friday. Personal income, big number, and then ECI, Employment Cost Index, and consumer sentiment. Now, consumer confidence showed up where? Was it Friday? Or was it a couple of days ago consumer confidence came in? I forgot. I think it was last week, yeah. This is sentiment. Should be U of Michigan, I think, if I have it right. Yeah, because the other one was from Conference Board. Yeah, this is U of Michigan, yeah. By the way, I don't know if they still can buy this number or not, but if in Chicago, some of the big traders would pay a service to get the number a little bit early. I think it's not kosher, but they do. Anything to win, right? Anything to win. Morality, what's that? Morality, please. Don't be naive. 72.6, consensus same. Okay. Yeah, we're up there. Retail is happy. Everybody that I know in retail, this is the number they want to watch. ECI. Wow. We're up there. We were a little bit worse. Easing up a little bit. And then personal income. Corpi. Okay. This is the one I usually look at. This one. Okay. Corp-PC. Month to month. So, hold on. 0.4. Oh, yeah, let's see that. Personal consumption, 0.4 versus 1. Okay, so next 2 days are going to be very interesting in the morning, guys. Be here early. Remember, this is 8:30 Eastern. All right, let's go to charts. As you know, we started a second timer chart of equal weighted. So equal weighted S&P and NASDAQ. What's the reason? I have no idea. It's early. Well, I put some charts together. I don't even do anything about it for 6 months. I look at it every day, but I've got to get the norm, the tempo, the behavior under me before I can come and make any comment about it. I would assume, if history is any guide, my early comments are going to be very stupid because we're making assumptions and we're kind of pushing ourselves into, hey, I have to have a comment. No, you don't. No. People who have quotas for making comments, that's how they get into trouble. So. But notice between this timer and that is that this timer we have McDonald's and Bread Trust. We dump both of those and the volume. Why? These are non-price related. Advanced decline, up and down volume. They have components there that don't change from the price action. So we took those out to a little bit better highlight the internals of the internal movements or the slower movements or I should say uh, interval based movements of the two. But notice here on equal weighted, Nasdaq has been really turning around. Look at what the CI dips look like. Okay, we're almost also getting up there. This is a 23, 24. What's this value? 25 CI. If you have looked at these charts over the years, I've been plotting CI for 22 years or so. Anything above let's say 30 is very, very rare. When you get past 25 to 28 area, we stall. Okay, so especially the indices because this is law of averages, and we're in the channel here. We probably may go up a little bit more, but you're already seeing the toll it's taking on the cap rated numbers, especially NAS. So um, today was nominal negative, nothing fancy. We'll see. I'm still short retirement digest, take it in the pants, but it is what it is. But I'm not putting a position on until I get a little bit closer to exhaustion, and then I would go short one more time. I'm not going to go long here. Yeah. So, and remember, we have no quotas on PMT. We gotta get the trade right. So, if it's not responding, I'll wait for the better timing to go there. We're up 82 there. Really, that's all. On the Dow, big move on transportation. Again, basically the way I read from the Chairman Powell's discussion was things are rosy. That's what we're going to raise the rates. We're better than expected in a number of areas. Of course, it's in line with the investment firms are beginning to see also. So that's why you had a big jump there. And this says the economy is going to get better and better. So if the earnings don't keep up, then you have the price issue that has to get adjusted. Russell is doing okay, nothing fancy. But remember, this is a different Russell. This is not your 2 years ago Russell. Why? Interest rates. These are big consumers of interest rates. So this is behaving totally different. There are days we scratch our head here in the chat room about what Russell is doing. We're again 8 out of 8. All 8 of them are positive. At some point, this will not hold. We can't go on forever 8 out of 8. Why? Mean reversion. It's a rubber band. We're going to get pulled so far. And then if everybody and his brother is long, like those in transportation, you're going to have an air pocket below you. So take advantage of the price action. Get rid of some of your Bauer stocks. Buy cheap insurance. This is the time to buy cheap insurance. Now when we have dropped 10% and you panicked. So I remember one of my buddies down here in Naples totally assumed that 2020 is going to be a stellar year. Okay, a big portfolio. Okay. And oh no, I wouldn't buy insurance; it's expensive. Then Admiral, there was a barbecue party. Admiral Tico let him know that he's going short. The whole S&P. They laughed. 5 weeks, whatever. Later, we're down heavy. Fari, I'm down 7 mil. What should I do? I said, your neighbor's house is on fire. Nobody's got to sell you insurance. What were you thinking when Tika was telling you should short, or at least buy some insurance, or lighten up? So you gotta time yourself. Look where we are on SPX. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know we're going to see all-time high this year. I just don't see that. So we'll see. I think the Fed will continue to tighten. I think you heard a little bit today. Yeah. Two more. They're going to keep that telling us two more. So the underlying economy is strong, So it's a fight between rates and earnings. That's what the differential is on price. If you think about it, you get earnings and you got rates, cost of carrying cost of inventory, PP&E, plants and equipment, all that. So big drop in VIX again. So more difficult to trade. Be prepared for that. Okay, we're digging 1 sigma right now. These guys still haven't fixed that. I know. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you about RVX. RVX is just generally speaking. If you look at the, at one point, sometimes I think we should just plot the closing value, forget the range, because of these tails are meaningless. They never happen like that. Or peculiar way of they measured it in the VIX algorithm, but that wasn't the range, true actual print of the range in the day. So, but there's no question that we're in a newer regime right now, volatility wise. Options are going to get a little bit cheaper. Don't forget. And please don't trade those 0-day trade things. Oh God, I saw a Ferrari down here with a 0 DTE on a license. So yeah, only in Naples. All right. Excuse me. All right, SQ. As you know well, SQ is the tail risk of S&P 500, as measured by deep out of the money puts here. We had a little peak there. It panicked. Some people panicked a little bit. But look at the center line. It's provided support. And we've just gone up and up. And this eased up a little bit more. Big boys have convinced that there's no problem down here. Okay? I don't know. I don't know what they know, but the problems come when nobody's ready. So right now, nobody has any problems. As Pink Floyd would call it, comfortably numb. Okay? They're all comfortably numb. This tells me nobody's expecting a pullback of any significant size. There's argument for that, saying the big boys should know that after all, they got better CIA than White House does. Not bigger, but better. We edged up a little bit here. I can't make anything out of that. It's meaningless. It's at 0 sig anyway. If it gets up there, 3 sigma and 4 sigma, if you look at the dotted line, that's a 4 sigma. That would be one thing. Also, I want to be in upper quartile of the range, not there. This is near the center line of about 140. Look at 110. These are the actual high and lows ever, all-time high and lows. So if you look at it, we're at near 140 is the center line. It is 0 sig at 144, so no signal here. All is well. We have no problems. No debt, no violence, no problems from Chairman Kim, or Putin and Xi and all that. All is well in Western Front. And with that and a glass of scotch, you will have no problems at all. So. And look what happened with the VIX. Now, remember, we're trading now the August VIX, long and short November. So long Q, VXQ, short VXX. Yeah, VXX. So it went straight down to the toilet. It passed -3. We haven't been there. -3 is basically says we're close, we're getting closer to a top. We're not necessarily there because there's no bound there. There's no limit there. When we're near zero, we're near a low. And we didn't get that far. This time we came in around negative 1.5. But I've been through a couple of zeros on the VIX spreads. And those are bottoms. And believe me, you don't want to repeat that. When you get to those levels, yeah, everybody's puking. So now everybody's happy-go-lucky. We have no problems. Now, looks like the stock RSI is trying to go to possibly setting up a new rendezvous point. It looked bad, and then until a couple of days ago, boom, came back. Internal, this was awful. Price didn't show it, but you could see it there. And new highs, and again, more and more divergence, bearish divergence setting up. Now, this may stay like this for a while, and then woof, whoosh. Well, we don't know what that is. And remember, you need a catalyst. Yeah, so don't go out there shorting things. You need to have a catalyst. Or be extremely ready on your toes to jump in there. Next time that Admiral Tico says you jump, okay? Yeah, don't wait to lose 7 million, then look for insurance. Don't do that. Yeah. Treasuries. Okay. Again, today I wrote it down right about 2 p.m., just a few seconds before 2 p.m. I basically took these numbers down quickly, went to a piece of paper, and just want to see how it behave. Obviously, they raised the rates, but treasuries lost rates. The values went up. Why? Chairman Powell was very positive, very positive. So, and we had a horrible day coming in because of who? Microsoft. Google did very well, but Microsoft is much bigger game. Microsoft is up 50% in 1 year. It's never happened before. So they've done an incredible job. I mean, I've just Sateas and Scott Guthrie. They're just an incredible team. But that's nothing new to you. I've been saying that for years, since he became president and then chairman. I'm sorry, I don't know if he's chairman, president, and CEO. Yeah. So my fear today was on the short side if Microsoft flips back because they were priced to perfection. The numbers were very good. They beat top and bottom. The cloud numbers were good. Now, I don't go and read those in detail, but a few names I do, especially FANG names. My fear was Google was up, but if Microsoft goes up intraday, and this is what I was watching. This is that's Northrop. Forget it. I'm bullish on it, by the way. Reg FT, that's my alma mater. I wouldn't be here without Northrop. No way. No way. I would be in Tehran making some kebabs in some corner. So, yeah. In the middle of hostage crisis, they did all my paperwork. You know why? Because I made those F-18s fly. When these babies were not flying, and we had problems with the cost center, guess who they came calling to? By pure luck, by the way. A Friday afternoon phone call changed my life. I was a sucker enough to say, yeah, I think I can give it a try. I had no idea I'm going to give it a try or not. 2 weeks later, I'd solved the problem. It changed my family and my life. To send me to MBA program, got my green card, got my citizenship, send me to MBA program. I went there, learned about this, and I said I quit. Welcome to America. When they knock on your door, you gotta know which door to open, right? If you don't open it, it's your fault. Don't say it's somebody else's fault. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame anybody else. It's all about you. Yeah, that's it. Look in the mirror. It's all about you. So get up in the morning, no matter what the pressures are. Take a look, see what your vision is for that day, and go fly it. So let's look at Microsoft, and we're looking at this, and we're looking at Google. Why? Again, look at the chart. They're inverted. You see down here how they were inverted? Yeah. If Microsoft would turn around and do this, then we would explode it. Go and then that was a scenario. Why? Dennis will tell you. They wanted to get juiced up into Fed meeting, and we weren't. We were down. So there was a lift. Of course, here's the chart here. Hold on. Where's our overnight thing? Hold on. Thank you, Dennis. Hold on. Where is overnight? There we go. Here's where we were coming in, right? This is yes, even more important. Yeah, look at that chaos. These are 30-minute bars during the announcements, and then the presser. But my thinking was that if the Microsoft flips, we won't have this. This would change and go up there, but this time we will shoot up about this time, and then the presser will come and we could get really killed. It turns out that I was wrong. Microsoft stayed low. This stayed low because Microsoft is much bigger market cap these days than Google. Well, not a lot, but by a good amount. And then his comments were positive. We got lifted, but then of course profit taking came in. Look at these long wicks. So I'm totally exhausted. Again, I haven't been trading for several days, and I came back and I made 6.8% today. Yeah, just a dream. I came in early on in the day. I was only up 1%. About 1.6 was max. The rest happened in the afternoon. It was just wild. Totally exhausted, and I've got a webinar, I guess, demonstration on Tiger Shark tomorrow to another hedge. So actually syndicated. All right, let's go here. So I gotta call it off early tonight and just rest. Larry. Okay, up and down. Okay. This thing has been absolutely useless. I'm sorry. Useless. We keep on posting it. People ask very good questions and we have no answers. We didn't promise you we're going to have answers every time. We didn't promise anybody. We take the indicator, we're watching it. There were times, if you do this, you'll see. Hold on. Why we have such a small data? I'm sorry, 1 second. Oh, we're going back 30 days. Okay, let's go back 60 days. 66 days. That's what equivalent of one contract, even though this is all cash. I want to get some perspective there on our data. Come on. There you go. You could see. Before, we actually would get to is 90 up, 90 down days. It would say, okay, if it does this and this and this, if it does next day this, if possible. Now, it's just sandwiched. Now, part of it could be the summertime. Part of it is most likely summertime. It's just very slow days. So we go nowhere fast. We're not breaking any barriers. But we're going to keep watching it. You can't dictate to an indicator. Actually, it's the other way. The indicator is dictating to you. And you just have to be humble and say, take it. Okay, this is what the indicator is telling me. As what was her name? I forget. She was the editor with Stocks and Commodities, associate editor. Oh, Barbara Starr. Not the one with CNN. No, this was actually a PhD in the behavioral science and used to teach at University of Spoiled Children, USC. Yeah, University of Spoiled Children. Yeah, and she was VP of our mask. She taught us. If one thing she taught us all those years was trust your indicators. It's like flying an aircraft. You have no windows. If you don't believe in your instrument panel, you're going to crash. That's what this market feels like at times. And this has let us down. There's no signal there, so we're going to continue watching it for the day it does give us a signal. There's we posted on YouTube on the if you let me show this. Walter Deemer, I think you should follow him when you get a chance on Twitter. Okay, he does very good analysis of that. As you know, Tico posts those charts. There you go. And there's Walter Deemer. Okay, you want to follow him. Norseman is a local guy, very smart. And then you want to read this PDF, okay, to better understand these charts. Yeah. What? You're kidding me? Really? Man, they're a big hit in LA. Interesting. All right. Okay, let's go on. So no signal there. Now this is what do you call it likes. Peter Cook, our esteemed moderator in our chat room. It's on a buy. Buy and buy. Oh, no. Hold on. Was a sell, went to a buy, went to a sell again. I see. So buy and sell. No, he doesn't take the sell side. He goes flat. But he takes the buys. His way of doing it. So, if you guys have any stocks you want me to look at, I'll be more than happy to do that. Otherwise, we also have the last chart for you, which says where we are, and we're getting to that threshold. Will they sell this on Monday or Tuesday? The last day of the month, new cash comes in, everybody is gung ho. New cash comes in and they sell it. I don't know, but that's what I would be looking at on Monday, Tuesday on. If you look at the calendar here, yeah, Monday is the last day of July. That's my dad's birthday, and then the first is Tuesday. So they may do that with us. May not. I have no idea. But that's my spiel for today. Oxy, yes, sir. Michael Becker, one of our avid followers, is asking about Oxy. Reg FD, my dad used to. He doesn't. He passed away. He had a pretty good position in Oxy, but very long time. Very long time. I put him in at some ungodly price, and he never sold and sat there. And there was we had arguments about that. Yeah. So okay. Now, isn't Buffett has a big position in Oxy? What's the latest on that, Michael? In terms of his filings where he is he buying more or is tapering it or for him is a long play, right? I mean, he never buys anything short term. Yeah. Now, here's what I don't know. Let me take a quick look at the also crude prices. I've not looked at recently. I have it on my phone, but I don't have a chart of it. So let me. Oldprice.com is a good one usually. Give me a chart. Are we? Give me a chart. There we go. Hold on. Crude is 78. Yeah. There's a whole school of thought out there that this is undocumented. First of all, it's chit chat with a couple of guys who trade this stuff in New York. That crude should go down, not up. We'll talk about BA too. Yeah, we actually talked about it in the chat room, Jack, on Monday. Yeah. BA and Google. And then I was caught with BA later. I'm not understanding it, and then Nancy came and saved me, as usual. What else is new? On Oxy, this is the monthly chart. I think you got another 10 points, 15 points in it maybe, between this level and the 2 sigma event. If it's very good, if it fires on all cylinders, yes, it may exceed it, but most likely the smart money will be out. So let's assume that's going to be at like 82, 83. So you got another 20 points in it on the upside. Should it let go this area, 56, you got a air pocket below it. So, and you could see we're at 200 day. It's going to be a big play here. You're still on a death cross. So a lot of people haven't come in yet. Okay, that's Oxy. I wouldn't look at 15-minute, but the weekly also you'd see where we are. We're near 50 bar of the weekly. Let me go there. You can see the sigma levels. So that says a test could be coming up at 66. Is it 66? Come on. Yeah, 66. Yeah. I can't predict 4 sigma for stocks. That's not going to be easy. But I think you're going to have a test of 66. And then longer term, maybe several months, maybe if you have a year-end target, it could try to get into 82 area. But a lot has to do with crude oil. A lot of people think the crude is overpriced. I don't think so. I think if you look at gas prices in California, $8 tells you that, of course, they have a special gas, a special cleaner gas is needed because of population and the way, especially LA, for example, the layout there, so it traps all the smog. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Uh, it's I think crude should uptick now. Matador, if you're looking at that, the Reg FT, one of my buddies down here has a lot. I mean, a couple of them. They have a lot of Matador. One of them has got 1 million of Matador. 1 mil, yeah, shares. This is something you want to look at. This is very, very crude oil sensitive. Not as stable as Oxy. Oxy is integrated oil, if I still remember it properly. I haven't touched it in years. The Matador is a driller, so as the price goes up, this thing goes nuts. Why? More drilling activity. If the price drops, they're going to cover the holes and go home. They're not going to drill. So, but you want to take a look at Matador. In 17, is it 17? No. Yeah, is it 17? No, this is 30. No, this is 20. No, in I think it was 17. Is it 17? Hold on. That's 13. Here's 17 right here. This area. This junior guy, not the big guy. Start accumulating this, and of course, sat through that. No way. And now it's really looking pretty. So, of course, along the way he added on a little bit. Panicked big time down here, but we all panicked. Why? It was pandemic, so you know where oil prices were. But this is kind of a lean and mean. I'm not saying you should get in there. I don't see it like that. It doesn't have the depth that Oxy has, but Oxy has been a very good company. Yes, and I like the work Arm & Hammer did. That created the culture that you have in Oxy. They're located in LA, in Westwood. Any advantage on blondes? Wait for my book. No more blondes. Wait on my book. Yeah. Wait on my book. It's coming. Yeah. Let me talk about BA. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and that's chapter, by the way, Tico is writing. No more blondes. You know why? He's jealous. He doesn't do anything if the girl is around me and it's brunette. If it's blonde, oh my God, you should see what he does. Unbelievable. So I told him, you're gonna write that chapter. No more blondes. Yeah. Hold on. Okay, BA. Apparently, this was a conference. I mean, this was the news. I think this was the news at that time. Yes, 7:45, and then came the conference call, and at 10:30, I'm told. Yeah, this area. This was a conference call, and the rest is history. Now, about 3 weeks ago, I think I may have mentioned in chat room. I'm not sure, but with one of my trading buddies, I was saying to him, he was looking for opportunity. I told him buy some BA call options. He goes, why? I said, just buy it. Don't ask, just buy it, but don't buy tomorrow. Don't do 0 DTE. Buy something like 3 months, because I don't know how they behave, how they watch it. They're busy with different things, or they'll be caught on a golf course with no phone because they don't want to be disturbed by their wives. It's just one of those cases. So if the stock takes a dump, then value will be blamed. Okay, so I said buy the calls long term. Buy. Can I buy leaps? I said no. I didn't say go buy leaps. Very very what do you call it? OCD. Either they do it this way very bad or that way very bad. Either they don't buy it or they go and buy a bunch of leaps. No. Find a happy medium where you optimize your return. Think of it as a linear programming. What's your next delta amount of dollars you could put in to give you the best return? Don't go too much or too little or haphazard. So, but the idea was, I think it was right before I got sick again, where there was an event at his house. We'll get together, and they said I would buy BA. Now, over the weekend, I told him I would buy Google. He goes, why? I said, well, Option Action follows me on Twitter. I usually take a look. I happen to go through the program over the weekend on the Option Action. They were featuring Google. It makes sense to me. I came back, look at some charts. I look at some quant data. and I said Google is probably a good one, and I said don't touch Meta and don't touch especially Microsoft. Okay, that I have it in my text and Amazon. I said Amazon. I said I don't know about Apple. He already has a lot of Apple. I said I don't know about Apple, but don't touch Meta. Don't don't go with Microsoft. Leave Amazon, but I would go and load on Amazon, Google. Well, today's a one happy camper. He is. Now let me look at Meta. What Meta did? I know they beat pretty good. Well, they've done fine too. Okay. Yeah. My fear with Meta was that they're struggling a little bit with what do you call what do you call it? Threads. I didn't like what they had done. It has nothing to do with the financial results. It had to do with the publicity around it. That's all. But I heard Nancy call it that Meta did well. So earlier, right after their earnings today, good for them. I have nothing against Meta. I use Facebook somewhat, but I think they're more calmer now. There are some folks cooler heads have prevailed. Before they were just throwing money after bad things nonstop. Of course, they taught them a lesson, you know. So, anything else? Oh, Northrop. Well, I think Northrop will be pushed tomorrow, so you can't do anything. Either you're in already or you can't. Um, uh, I'm, uh, I think the underlying reason with Northrop is simple: is UAVs. Nobody's done what they've done. Actually, most of it is in Ventura. Uh, it's I forgot the name. It's a city in Ventura where they're located, and they, of course, they transferred that technology to the aircraft division. But unmanned vehicles, nobody's done what they've done, and that's where the wars of future are going to be. Whether it be on the ground with with robots on the ground, or airplanes taking off in thousands off the carriers, the small drones, or with the B-21s managing them remotely. So the long term, that area is very bright. The UAVs, of course, Northrop has very very good contracts too. So I'm just pissed off they didn't get YF-23, and now Air Force is admitting that was a mistake. Yeah, they should have done that, but who did with Clinton, and he was cutting back heavy. That's why he also cut back on B2s, who was supposed to be 132. We built 21, and one of them crashed in Guam. That's why we're building so much B-21s at much more, uh, well, less expensive dollars, but it's called inflation. But the good thing is that it's got better technology, obviously. It's the most highly networked aircraft ever built, B-21s. So, but overall, in the area of UAV, look at what they've done with Global Hawk. What they have built is amazing. What they've done, and now they're testing to launch ICBMs from a Global Hawk. Okay, that thing can be aloft for 36 hours. I don't know the weight of an ICBM. That's a different problem. But I shouldn't say ICBM. It would be long range cruise missiles. Okay, and nobody's done what they've done in that area. So I remember there was a time when I was over there. This thing was nothing. Northrop was a small little company. Look what they've done. So more power to them. And a woman runs it now. Yeah, yeah. The top echelon of Northrop now are women, which is great because they're very good in asset management. Yeah, and she's an aerospace engineer, I think from MIT. So, and no, Michael, she's not blonde. No. Anyhow, any other questions for me? By the way, Jack, on Boeing, I think it's a backlog, and also the what do you call it? It's really the travel and all that. It's a commercial airplane. It's not. It's not the military. Boeing military business is not that big anymore. So, all right, guys. Thank you for coming. We'll do another one next week. Okay. Watch the econ data. Very crucial. Thank you, Greg. Thanks for attending. Appreciate that. Thank you all. We'll see you soon. We'll be posting this right after it's processed. There you go.